is a new week and I'm not gonna lie, I am a little anxious only because last weekend got away from me, so now I just have to do everything today to like reset and try and figure out what are the priorities of this week, because yeah, I didn't have time to do much over the weekend. We had some plans and then spontaneously I decided to do the Tay Vancouver sign tour where I looked for all 13 signs in Vancouver. So that took up a big chunk of my Sunday, and then we ended up putting our tree up, and so yeah, I just did a lot of activities over the weekend that I had no idea what to do for this week. So now I got a big like reset to do, aka there's so much laundry that I have to do. So I did that this morning, and then now I am taking out my trusty planner to figure out what tasks and admin I have to do. I know there's like a bunch of appointments I need to make, of course, adulting. And then later today, Keen and I are gonna do a Costco run because our fridge is empty. Halfway through my day to go to the office for some orientation courses in person. So I just finished that. Because we were already in the area near Costco, we thought it made more sense for him to come with me. So he's working at a coffee shop. Gonna meet up with him, and then we're finally gonna do a Costco run. I was also very close to getting him to pick me up, but since it's a nice day out and it's a rest day, I thought, you know what, I should probably take this as a nice recovery and just like do a nice walk because it's so beautiful out. It's about a 15-minute walk, so it's a nice way to get the legs moving. I just finished a work day at the office. I am actually in the office like almost all week this week because there's some in-person training sessions that I have to attend. So I'm a little bit tired, but I do have to fit in my training, and I've got intervals scheduled today. And so I did bring all of my stuff with me to the office. So I'm all changed, ready to go. I'm actually going to be doing my intervals here at the track. I'm just parked ready to get going, and typically on a work day I'm usually drained by the afternoon, but I don't have any energy to wake up in the morning, especially at the hour that I'm sleeping at. I do need to work on sleeping earlier, so I did make sure to fuel a little bit, especially in the afternoon, since that's when I'm like losing a lot of my energy, particularly when it's a heavy training session and I'm just like absorbing all this information. My head tends to be pretty fried by the end of it, so I did fuel up with my favorite go-to carb snacks. Got dried mangoes, and then I've got graham crackers, so I ate that on the way here. So I should be ready to go. I have a little bit of energy. I think the intervals today, it's kind of similar to last week's intervals where there's pyramids, but this time I think it's a little bit longer. I can't remember what it is exactly. Thankfully, I've got the track here, so I don't really need to think about how far I'm going or like looking left and right, making sure I'm safe from cars. I can just kind of focus on the loop. So I'm hoping this goes by fairly quickly. But on a brighter note, literally, it's sunny, so I'm stoked about that. Workout done and dusted, and I think it went really well. At first I was kind of like not in the mood, but as I progressed throughout the workout I actually felt really good and really strong, so I'm pretty stoked about that. So the workout today was pyramids, starting off really fast and short intervals, and then it started to get longer and then slower, but then I had to work my way back down. So on my way back down, I tried to aim to go faster, and I actually did. I had a lot of energy by the last interval, so that was really good. That told me that I actually started conservatively and I had a lot left over in the tank. I'm happy that my pacing is improving. It's always like that whenever I am on a long break from running. It's hard to find that rhythm again, but slowly but surely I'm finding that pace. Now it is time for some much needed food, protein, dinner, all that fun stuff, and then we go again tomorrow. So we are halfway through the week and I just finished my work day. Today was a little bit chaotic because I had to go into the office for an in-person training session, and then I decided to come back because I didn't need to be there for the rest of the day, and I wanted to beat the traffic since yesterday was brutal. I kid you not, I was commuting for a total of 3 hours, and it's just crazy how much time is dedicated to just sitting in traffic. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna beat the rush this time, and if I don't need to be in the office, I'm coming back home. I met my 1 day a week in office quota, so I was like, yeah, I'm coming back home. So just finished working, and I think I'm gonna try something different. Usually I do like my laundry and reset chores like on a Friday, but I actually have quite a bit of plans starting tomorrow and for the rest of the weekend. So I'm gonna get ahead of it and do some of the laundry now and clean up a bit, so that way I'm not going through this cycle of being anxious on a Monday where I have a lot of things to do. So I'm gonna start it now and then kind of pick at it until the weekend, and then hopefully by the time Saturday, Sunday rolls around, I don't really have much to do. I know it's kind of wishful thinking, but I'm hoping this is possible. Happy Thursday. I am fitting in a quick little lunch tempo run because I did not wake up early enough to work out, and so I gotta fit this in because I also have plans later after work. God, I really need to work on being a morning person again. Damn it, made the same mistake again. So I am just on my way to go see a former colleague of mine, and I thought I would recap today's run because that was terrible. I made the same mistake in terms of starting out way too fast that I ended up gassing towards the end. So just another reminder to start out conservatively, even if it feels like awfully slow. It's always better to start like that, and then when you feel good, pick it up towards the end. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I have been not staying on top of my strength, and I think the reason being is because it's already a hard habit for me to stay on top of, and when work life is so busy, it's so difficult to stay on top of everything that I'm kind of like choosing my battles. And of course, knowing me, running is a lot easier, so I tend to prioritize that a lot more than, say, lifting. When in actuality, I should be prioritizing lifting more than running. You know, like running kind of comes easy to me and lifting not so much, but that's definitely an area of weakness, so I think I need to lean more into that than running. Like, it's okay if I miss a couple days of running, but I feel like skipping the lifting sessions isn't a good idea, so I really need to reevaluate and figure out how I am gonna make it easier for me to stay on top of all the strength sessions. Ew! You're back in my vlogs.
Me again.
Okay. Happy Sunday. It is such a different day compared to yesterday. Like, I was so drenched after yesterday's run with Montana. Yesterday we ended up doing what was called the Rudolph run. It was a very holiday themed, or supposed to be a very festive themed run, but it was just pouring rain during our 5K run, and we just wanted to be out of there like ASAP. I mean, not gonna lie, it was pretty fun. However, it was a little hillier than I had imagined. It was technically a trail run, so the elevation gain and loss was quite drastic compared to what I'm used to. But it was fun to, you know, do something different and do it with a friend at that. I was actually scheduled to do 6K, but you know, I ended up doing 5K. And honestly, like, the kilometer difference is very minimal. Today, I am scheduled to do 8K as my long run, and it's a progression long run, which means I'm gonna start out slower and then work my way up to be faster towards the end. At least that's the hope. And even though it's pretty cold out, it is actually quite sunny, and last week when I did my long run, I was out in the sun for quite a bit since I ran like 15 kilometers, and I did not wear sunnies, and I ended up like getting a headache throughout the whole day after that, because I guess there was just so much sun in my eyes, and I didn't realize until I was half Ironman training that I'm quite sensitive to light now. So today I'm gonna make sure I wear some sunglasses. I am going to also wear a hat to protect my face further, and I just slapped on some sunscreen that I'm gonna try out. I was looking for a good sunscreen that doesn't sting the eyes, and also to protect the skin underneath my eyes because it's quite sensitive. So this girl at Sephora told me to try out this product by Bloom, and because it's a mineral sunscreen, it's not supposed to sting the eyes. So hopefully she's not lying and that it does not sting my eyes. So I'm gonna test that out, see how that goes. It has vitamin C, so it's supposed to help with like brightening your skin and all that stuff. I'm not a huge expert when it comes to all things skincare, so take that with a grain of salt. I'm also gonna wear a vest over top of this. I feel like I might regret it, but I'm just gonna get so cold, and then I'm gonna wear my usual gloves, and then hopefully we can get this over and done with. But first, we gotta do some warm up. Run, done and dusted. Oh my god, that last 2 kilometers was so hard.
What was the progression?
It was 3K at 5:25, 2K at 5:10, 2K at 4:55. Like, I hit it, it just, I think I could have been bit more conservative. Oh, I mean, yeah, I did push it a little towards the end. I was at 4:55 and then 4:49 that last kilometer. I was like, oh my god, thank god for this cool down. I think I just wanted it over and done with. That's why I went so fast. But I was gonna wear my vest, but then I last minute decided against it because I remember last week I was so hot, and it was so hot. Like, I had to take off my gloves.
Me too.
All the workouts done and dusted.